What is going on, you guys? It's your girl Diana, back at you with another YouTube video. Today I'm going to be reacting to all of the new shinies in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And why am I doing this, you might ask? Because I actually have like zero idea what most of the shinies look like, and there is no more shiny sound or shiny sparkle when you're looking for them in the game. So this video is actually going to be a 2-for-1 deal. It's going to be good for you because you'll also see what they all look like, and me because I'll see what they look like. So if you're interested in seeing my reaction to all the new shinies and maybe learning what they look like for yourself, then just keep on watching. And if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe so that you're always up to date on the latest Pokemon news, and give this video a thumbs up if you are a Pokemon fan so we can push it out into the YouTube algorithm so that more Pokemon fans can see it. And if you would like another way to support the channel, please feel free to check out the merch store. There is a link down below in the description that takes you to not only my merch store, but also all of my other socials so you can keep up with what I'm doing on a daily basis. And if you are still looking for your own copy of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I have also linked that down below in my Amazon storefront. But without further ado, let's get into all of the new shinies. Okay, we came prepared for this video. I have my tier maker right here. I got Cerebi to reference for what they're supposed to look like normally. Starting off with Chi-Yu, a little goldfish ruinous Pokemon. This is adorable. I'm putting this in S tier. Why? Because normally it looks like an actual goldfish, and it's, you know, goldfish colors, and it's a fire type, so it's normal fire type colors with orange and red. This is one of my favorite colors for shinies. This turquoise, bright, light blue. Mwah, chef's kiss. That's S tier. Is this Koraidon? Oh, he's going S tier right now. Everybody knows what Koraidon looks like normally. He's literally red with his little feathers being like purple, pink, and white. Look at him. He looks so cool. He's all black with red and yellow feathers. That is a nice change. This is the kind of shinies we're looking for here. Miraidon. Why do I feel like Miraidon rarely changed? You're kind of mid, because usually Miraidon is purple with light blue and purple and yellow accents. And the only thing that really changed was that he's not purple anymore. He's like unfinished. He's just metal. Mid. Do better. Try harder. Okay, next, Tinka-Tink. What does Tinka-Tink usually look like? Is that not the same? It's the hammer? The hammer. Oh no, Tinka-Tink, Tinka-Tuff, and Tinka-Ton are usually pink with metal looking hammers. And you're telling me that they just turn into wood hammers? Absolutely not. That's D tier. You're barely trying there. This is one of my favorite new Pokemon, and you made the shiny get a wooden hammer instead of a metal hammer? Oh no. What is the difference here? Tell me that Charcadet, Armarouge, and Ceruledge do not look the same as what changed? Oh, it's the eyes. What do you mean? How would anybody ever notice this in the wild? I would never know that this was a shiny if I came across it, and I would probably accidentally knock it out and then just not know that it was shiny. What do you even mean? That's literally the only difference. I don't even see a difference when it comes to Ceruledge. D. Like I said, do better. Do better. You cannot be shiny and have a insignificant difference. How is anybody gonna know? Especially with no sparkles and no noise? This is why I never see any shinies. Okay, next up we have Toadscool. This Pokemon already creeps me out, but this for some reason is a little less creepy than I thought because it's not flesh colored anymore. So I'm gonna put it at C tier because it is a little bit of an improvement. This, however, Toadscruel, I don't mind the way it looks normally, but this is a really pretty shiny. I'm putting this at A because it's pink. You're gonna see a theme here. I love the pink shinies. Speaking of pink shinies, we have Lechonk, who looks like a little pig. Honestly, this one's a little mid for me because I don't like that they kept the same theme with his face being that like tan color, which is understandable since normally he's black with a little tan face, but I just feel like it doesn't look as good when he's like all pink. Where is his evolution? Oinkaloni. Oh, she looks like a pretty little pig. She's gonna go A tier as well, which normally she's all black with pink accents. This time she's all pink. Literally all pink. Okay, up next we have King Gambit. I actually like this royal blue color. I'll go with a B. Normally he's a red and black color theme, and here he's like a blue and red theme. I like the change. It's not my favorite, but I do like the change. Okay, next up we have Clodsire and Paldean Wooper, who literally looks like normal Wooper. Why? Why would they do that? I'm gonna, mid. Mid for both of you. I mean, obviously Clodsire is a new Pokemon, which is normally tan and brown on top, but he's literally the same colors as Quagsire now, besides being a little bit darker on top. But Paldean Wooper, looking like normal Wooper with like a slightly darker tint. Like I said, do better, do better. All right, next up we have Annihilate, which normally Annihilate is a gray and light gray color. And here in his shiny form, he's blue, like a bluish gray. Once again, I feel like it's kind of mid, so we're gonna put it at C tier just because it's just a slightly bluer tint of gray. Could be better. Are you telling me that these Tauros are somehow shiny? So the new Tauros is obviously all black, and the little accents on its like mane, hair, whatever you want to call it, tell you what type it actually is. What is the difference here? Okay, hold on. I literally couldn't find it on Cerebi, so we're just looking up a picture. What is the difference between, oh my, they're literally, are you kidding? Is this real? They're a slightly darker shade on their bodies. These are all the same kind of monochromatic black color, whereas the normal Tauros is like a slightly washed out looking black gray color, and its fur is like the darker black color. So you're how would I know? F. All of you an F. Not that they look bad, they look nice. But as a shiny? No. Okay, moving on, we have Dunsparce. This is adorable. I don't really care about Dunsparce as a Pokemon, to be completely honest, but S tier for me. Normally, Dunsparce is yellow and like a Tiffany's blue color. Same with the Dunsparce. But the shiny is pink and yellow. Tell me this doesn't remind you of springtime or summertime with a lemonade in hand. 10 out of 10. A great shiny. Amazing shiny. In the same bug family, we have Tarantula and Spidops, which normally, I hate these Pokemon. They are creepy. And normally, they look like actual bugs. They're like a yellow and like tan and green color, but their shiny forms are red and pink. Now, this might be controversial since I said I do like the pink ones. This is slightly better than I would like to put it at because, like I said, I think Spidops is creepy, but it's gonna go at C. Tarantula can go B. I just really, Spidops looks nicer in its pink form, but it's creepy. It looks like a human spider thing and I can't do it. Next up, we have Nimble and Low-Kicks, which it looks like they are a green grasshopper color, and normally they're a like metallic looking color. They're like gray with like orangey accents. I mean, it's clever. They look like what they actually are. They look like grasshoppers. We'll put them at B. Could be a little more imaginative, but like I get the concept. Okay, we'll go with it. What is this the dung beetle? Wait. Yeah, it is. Okay, it's Reller and Rabska. Okay, so Rabska kind of swaps colors. So instead of being a turquoise, it turns into a yellow beetle. And Reller gets a golden dung ball instead of an actual dung ball. So we'll go ahead and we'll put these at B. Moving on to Graveyard and Houndstone. I'm so sorry. This is gonna be bad. I love the way that Graveyard and Houndstone look normally because they look like ghosts, you know? They look nice. Kind of reminds me of Litwick. These look like yellow snow, you know? That's what it's giving off, and I don't like that they did that. So, F, I'm sorry. All right, next up, it looks like we have the Sprigatito line. With Sprigatito up first, what's changed here? Oh, okay, I see. It's very subtle, but I actually kind of like it. So normally, Sprigatito, Floragato, and Meowscarada have pink eyes and little pink flower accents when they evolve. And it looks like here, Sprigatito actually has pastel purple eyes. I personally think that that is adorable, and that's going S tier. I don't care that it's super subtle. I think that it fits it well. Same thing with Floragato. I like that its flower turns purple, and Meowscarada looks cute too. So all of those S tier for me. Up next, we have Flittle and Espathra, which, what is the difference here? Okay, so it looks like they are usually yellow with pink for Flittle, and for Espathra, it's tan, yellow, and purple. And the shiny for Flittle looks like it gets a little green skirt, and Espathra is like a dark brown color with purple accents. Ispathra, I'm gonna go D. I don't really like the color scheme there. It looks like mud. For Flittle, I think Flittle's cute. We'll put it at B tier. Next up, we have Farigiraf. Does Farigiraf literally get a blue nose? Oh, that is so cute. What the heck? Okay, I like this one. This one's going A tier for me. It gets like a little light blue nose, and then its body gets a little bit more of like an orangey color, it looks like. And it looks like, it almost looks like the legs turn into like a light blue as well, because normally its legs, yeah, it looks like everything that used to be yellow is like a really light blue, and its little pink nose turns into like a brighter blue color right here. That's so cute. I love that. Next up, we have Wiglet. Wiglet, I actually kind of like this. We're gonna put Wiglet at A tier, which everybody knows that Wiglet is usually like a white color with a pink nose, and Wugtrio is bright pink in like a little gray rock, and he turns purple. I don't know how I feel about this one. Maybe we'll put him at B tier. I do like Wiglet's shiny a little bit better than I like Wugtrio's. All right, next up we have Dondozo, who is all white with yellow accents, and normally he's dark blue, light blue, and white. I am gonna put this at D. I feel like it kind of loses some of its character. Next up, we have Veluza, who is silver and green for its shiny, and for its regular form, it's silver and purple. Honestly, I think this looks kind of cool. We'll put this at B tier. That's pretty cool. I hate the fish in real life because they run into me every 3 seconds when I'm in the water. But I think its shiny looks cool. I would catch it. Next up is Finizen and Palafin. Okay, first of all, this is adorable. Also, I think this is technically both Palafin, just non-hero form and hero form. But Palafin and Finizen literally look the same, with Palafin literally just having like a little heart on its chest when it's not in its hero form. But this is so cute. So normally they are all blue with little pink accents in the eyes, and then their tummies are white. But in this one, they're a darker blue with like light blue eyes. This is so cute. S tier. S tier immediately. Same thing with its hero form. For its shiny, it's almost like it kind of inverted the colors. I think that's pretty clever. It definitely took me a couple of clicks to realize what the differences were, because this one obviously looks lighter right off the bat, and then this one looks darker, but I was like, what is different? But it's the accent colors that are different. So these are like a lighter blue, and these go into a more like dark purpley kind of blue. Next up, we have the Smoliv line, which, oh my, their olives are actually black olives. So normally Smoliv and Dolliv have green olives on their heads, and Arboliva has like these purpley olives that look more like an olive that you would see on like a pizza or like in a salad. But all of them have black olives in their shiny form, which I think that's so cute and clever. These are going S tier for me just because I think it's clever, and I also just really like the Smoliv line. I think they're all really cute. Up next, we have Capsicid and Scovillain, which usually look like a little green bird thing and then a green and red pepper thing. And in their shinies, it looks like the bird thing is actually a bird. I don't like Capsicid, honestly. It's kind of creepy. I'm putting it at F because the yellow makes it look even creepier. And Scovillain, I don't really like Scovillains either. It looks like it's wearing pants. So that one's a little too humanoid for me, but also not humanoid. I know people are always like, oh, the humanoid ones, but this one, something about this one is, I don't like it. I can't do it. Next up, we have Tadbulb and Bellybolt, which literally turn into lighter greens, I think. It looks like Tadbulb is almost the same. Let me scroll down a little bit so you guys can see a little better, but even though the top row of the S tier is getting cut off. But it looks like for Tadbulb, it gets like a more orange color when it comes to like the little accents right here. And for Bellybolt, obviously his entire body turns like a lighter green color and gets the same orange accents. I think they're cute. I'll put Bellybolt at A, and I'll put Tadbulb at B, just because that one was kind of hard to tell the difference. All right, next up we have Varoom and Revaroom, which that's actually really clever. They go from being a silver color with purple accents to a gold color with kind of like grayish accents. I actually like that. We'll put these at A tier. I like that they turn gold. And those two are followed by the Alaskan bullworm itself, Orthworm, which I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like its shiny. Usually it looks like an actual worm. It's like a worm color, but its shiny is my favorite color. So we're gonna put this one at A tier. I would definitely catch this one. This one, not so much. No, thank you. All right, next up we have the Fuecoco line. Okay, so obviously Fuecoco is usually like normal fire type starter colors. He's red with orange and yellow, same thing with Croc Galore and Skeledirge. I'm honestly not a fan of the Fuecoco evolutions. I mean, Croc Galore is just kind of derpy, but Skeledirge just doesn't do it for me. I don't like the way that it looks. It looks like when they shaved the mayor's head in The Grinch. It's got a bald spot with like, it looks like hair around it. But I'm not gonna lie, the shiny being pink, that's a nice looking shiny. So I'm gonna put Fuecoco up here at S tier. Let me scroll up a smidge. And we're also gonna be putting Skeledirge at S tier as well. Croc Galore doesn't look as good as the other two, so we'll put Croc Galore at A tier. It just doesn't, it's not as like impactful as Fuecoco and Skeledirge. I will say, however, that Skeledirge looks better than Fuecoco in this case. I think it's just because it's a brighter pink. Okay, up next we have Tandemaus and Mousehold. What is the difference in this case? Are they not the exact same? What am I missing? They look the same. Am I okay? Does anybody else see a difference? Hello? Oh, it's this. It's their literal stomachs. These are slightly darker in shading color. F. I would never know that that was a shiny. F. Why would they do that? That is so... Please. I have no words. I have no words. All right, after that we have Citadel and Cititan, which normally are all white with pink accents, and their shinies are like a gray color with orange accents. Citadel's adorable. We'll put Citadel at A. Cititan, I feel like I'm not really a fan of Cititan as much. I'm gonna put it at C tier. I feel like Citadel looks a little bit better. I think it might just be because of this darker shade on Cititan that's kind of like messing with the whole like light orange and gray vibe, because I just think it works a little bit better on Citadel. I don't know. Moving along to Frigibax, Arctibax, and Baxcalibur. Ooh, they're kind of a minty color, no? Yeah, so normally Frigibax is gray. Arctibax is a like cool tone gray blue color with lighter blue accents, and Baxcalibur is like a darker blue gray color with lighter blue and red accents, and these guys are minty with pink accents. I am going to put these in the A tier. I think they look better than what they usually do. All right, moving along to Tatsugiri, which, what is the actual difference here? Okay, I see. So Tatsugiri gets a little bit of a darker brownish red color on top where its little stripy bits are. So it's usually like a bright orange on top of like creamsicle colored orange. And then in its shiny, it's like a little bit darker of an orange on the bottom and like a brown orange on top. That is very not noticeable, but I also like that it looks like an actual like goldfish. So I'm gonna put it at B, honestly. Would I notice it? Probably not, but I do think it's cute. But at the same time, I also think that Tatsugiri in general is cute. Up next, we have Cyclizar, which normally Cyclizar has an army green color on top and a lighter green all around its body. And this one looks like dirt. I'm putting it at D because it looks like dirt. Why'd they do him like that? He has so much character like this, and he looks like a little bicycle. And here, I don't know what he looks like, but he doesn't look good to me. After Cyclizar, we have Pommy, Pommo, and Pommont, which are adorable. I have nothing else to say, but they are adorable. They're already adorable in their normal colors, which are like this orangey tan color with little yellow accents and green ears. And here they are a like pinky red color, so we are putting them at A tier. I'm not gonna call them quite S tier because they're not like a bright pink, and I am definitely putting all the bright pink ones at S tier, but they're still a nice color scheme, so they'll go in A. Up next, we have Wattrel and Kilowattrel, which looks like they changed out the black accents for a dark purple color. Yeah, so it looks like they're purple instead of being black and yellow, so they're purple and yellow. I'll go ahead and put these at C tier. A little bit mid for me. Next up, we have another bird. We have Bombardier, which Bombardier is a stork, so it's literally stork colors normally. It's got pink accents for its feet and its beak, and then its wings have little like black feathers on the tips. This one looks like it just loses the pink on its beak and its feet. I honestly think it looks a little bit better this way. He looks a little bit more edgy. I'm gonna put it at B tier. Next up, we have Squawkabilly, which this thing comes in multiple colors, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, it comes in green, blue, white, and yellow, all with just like white accents where their colored feathers aren't. And it looks like this one is green, but the little like puffball on its head, instead of being black, it's like a dusty pink color. It kind of looks like a pimple. I'm gonna put it at D just because I don't like that they went with like a weird dusty color. Flamigo, I think, is actually a very clever change. So normally Flamigo looks like a straight up flamingo, and its shiny form is a lighter pink flamingo. And in real life, like in actual nature, the flamingos start off as like a white color, and because of the food that they eat, they turn pink over time because of the pigment. So it's almost like it just hasn't eaten as much pink pigmented food as Flamigo. So I think that's pretty clever. It's clever, but it's also meh. So we'll put it at C tier. Next up, we have Cloth, who turns a light blue color. Normally Cloth literally looks like a crab, so he's literally orange and light orange, I guess. This, as much as I love the blue shinies, it honestly kind of looks like a clown. I think it's because they left the little cheek parts red. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna put it at C tier. I honestly kind of like its normal form better than its shiny for this one, even though this is one of my favorite shiny colors. Next up, we have Knackly, Knacklestack, and Garganical. I've probably mispronounced every single one of those, but it looks like they turn into like a sandy color compared to their actual normal colors, which these guys are more of like a toasty tan color with brown and light tan stripes. I am gonna go ahead and put these at C tier just because they look like they got a tan. That's really all that changed. Next up, we have Glimmet and Glimora, which I am putting these at S tier because these look beautiful. Like I said, I'm a sucker for this color. They're very similar in color to Palafin / Finizen, which normally they're like a dark blue, purpley color, but their shinies are like a turquoisey blue color. So love that. Moving along to Shroodle and Grafai, which it looks like normally Shroodle and Grafai are like a black-brown color with like big green eyes, and it looks like Grafai got like different colored paint on its paws. And their shinies are the same kind of like dark brown, black, gray color, but it looks like their eyes are the main thing that changes colors. It almost looks like Grafai gets like a lighter body color too. Yeah, its ears change color. I am gonna put these guys in C tier as well, just because I feel like they lose a little bit of the life in them when they do get those more dull colors. Because these colors are bright and very like eye-popping, whereas I feel like their colors in their shiny are kind of muted. Next up, we have Fido and Doxbun. What is the difference here? Hello? Okay, so normally Fido is like a whitish tan color with little yellow accents, and Doxbun is like a dark brown with yellow accents. And their shinies, it looks like Fido gets a little more baked in the oven. He's a little more tan, and it looks like Doxbun just loses its pop, so it doesn't have yellow accents anymore. It has tan accents. I love this line. I think it's adorable, but these shinies just don't really do it for me. I'm gonna put them in C tier. They're kind of mid for me. Next up, we have Mastiff and Mabostiff, which normally Mastiff is like a red-brown color, and Mabostiff is like a gray-brown color. And their shinies, it looks like they're both the same like dark blue gray color with like lighter gray accents or darker gray accents in the case of Mastiff. Honestly, I think I kind of like these better than their regular coloring. I'm gonna put these in B tier because yeah, I think they look a little bit better. They look a little more intimidating, this color. All right, next up we have Bramblin and Bramblegast. Is there a difference between these two? Okay, so normally Bramblin has like reddish brown on the bottom, and so does Bramblegast. What is the difference here? Oh, I see. It's not the bottom that changes, it's like the top of their branches. Instead of being like this darker yellowy brown color, they're like a whiter, lighter brown color. I'm gonna put that at F because I clearly could not spot that very easily. And we're back at another starter. We have the Quaxly line, which usually Quaxly, Quaxwell, and Quaquaval are like a turquoisey blue color with white accents, or Quaquaval has dark blue accents and the turquoisey color. And it looks like they're shiny. They trade their turquoisey color for like a lighter blue color and lighter blue accents. I actually love that. It kind of reminds me of like a beach themed bathroom that you would see in a suburban mom's house. I'm putting these at S tier because I really like the way that this color looks together with like the lighter but still darker blue accent colors. Does that make sense? Clearly, I'm a fan of this color scheme because Palafin, Glamora, and Quaxley all have a very similar color scheme and they're all in S tier for me. All right, next up we have Gimmighoul and Golden Go, which to be completely honest, I don't see any difference between the normal and the shiny. I think it looks like Gimmighoul is like a white color in the shiny form, whereas in its normal form, it's like a silvery color. But Golden Go? Is there even a difference? I don't see any difference for Golden Go at all. F. F for both of these. That is, what do you even mean? I had to look so hard to see that this was a slightly lighter color for Gimmighoul, and there is quite literally zero difference for Golden Go. All right, and we are ending off the list with some Paradox Pokemon. Up first, we have Great Tusk, which instead of being a purple and red-pink color, is a brown and green color. I'm putting you at B. I don't mind it. I don't love it, but I don't mind it. I think it looks pretty cool. Next up, we have Brute Bonnet, which I kind of like this more than its normal form. I'm putting this at A. Normally, Brute Bonnet is obviously looks like Amoonguss with green leaves hanging from its head, but this blue color, I like it. It's a vibe. They also have Sandy Shocks here, which Sandy Shocks usually just looks like Magneton with pointy things on it. And this looks like he's almost unfinished, like he doesn't have like those little accent colors that it usually does. I'm gonna go ahead and put this at C tier just because I'm not really a fan of how it looks. Next up, we have Screamtail, which Screamtail normally has yellow eyes, and the tip of its tail, which you can't really see in either of these pictures, but it's usually like a slightly darker pink than the rest of its body. And for shiny Screamtail, you can kind of see it. It has like a bright pink tail and its eyes are red. This is actually another one of my favorite shinies, and I actually caught one of these, so I'm putting it at S tier. Up next, we have Fluttermane, which Fluttermane usually looks like Misdreavus, but with big feathers on top of its head, and the feathers are pink at the tips, whereas its shiny form literally completely changes. This is one of the most noticeable shinies in my opinion, and I am not really a fan of green shinies, so I'm gonna put it at C tier? No, we'll put it at B tier. We'll put it at B tier just because I like how noticeable it is, and I do like the color scheme of it. It's just I'm not the biggest fan of green shinies. Our next Paradox Pokemon is Slitherwing, which honestly, I actually really like this shiny. So normally Slitherwing has red horns and orange and red wings, whereas its shiny has yellow wings and yellow horns. Something about this looks more like royal, more regal. I'm putting this at A tier. I actually really like that color scheme. Up next, we have Roaring Moon, which Roaring Moon goes from being Salamence colored, so that normal turquoise red color scheme, to being actual lizard colored. It keeps the red theme for its wings, but its body turns like a greenish turquoise color. This is going S tier for me. I think that's a beautiful shiny. I need that shiny in my life immediately. Getting into the future Paradox Pokemon, we have Iron Treads. Okay, so normally Iron Treads has like red accents and a silvery body. I think this is the same. Oh, I see what the difference is. There's no black outline around the red parts. F, that's so bad. What do you even mean? I could barely notice that. All right, anyways. Now we have Iron Moth, which usually Iron Moth has red, orange, and black accents on a silver body. This looks like it loses the red accents. This is all right. We'll put this at C just because all it really did was not have red on it. Next up, we have Iron Hands, which Iron Hands also loses some of its black accents, it looks like. So normally Iron Hands is yellow with black like pant things and a little black accent on its head, which this one, yeah, it looks like the little pant area is no longer black and neither is the little part on his head. So we're gonna put this at C tier as well. I think the theme here with the future Paradox Pokemon shinies is that they all look like they're unpainted or unfinished. Next up we have Iron Jugulis, which Iron Jugulis is usually purple, pink, and black, and its shiny is missing all of the black accents. I'm gonna go C tier for this one as well. Iron Thorns, which is the future form of Tyranitar, is usually bright green with neon green accents and black accents, and its unfinished form is just all silver, so it loses its green coloring around its body. Actually, I kind of like this one. We're gonna put this one at B tier. Iron Bundle is usually red with blue and yellow accents, and its shiny has no color except for its blue accents. Honestly, low-key, I kind of like this one. I'm putting this one in A tier. I think it's the blue color, but I kind of like it. It's kind of a vibe. Up next, we have Iron Valiant, which once again, it looks like it loses its green accents in its shiny, but it keeps its pink accents. This one I actually have, and I love it. I am putting it at S tier as well. I think it's a great looking shiny. And we're down to our last three, which are the rest of our ruinous Pokemon. So we have Pinglu, which is usually brown with like a rusty green kind of horn area. And its shiny just looks like it lost like that brown coloring on its body, along with a little bit of the orange accents. I'm putting this one at D tier. Next up, we have Chen Pao, which is another one of my favorite Pokemon from this gen. I think it's adorable. It's a little snow leopard, and it's white with light blue accents, and its shiny is brown. Honestly, I don't really like it. It looks like it got thrown in the mud. I'm putting it at D tier as well. And last up, we have our little leafy slug, Wo Chen, which is usually brown with green and brown leaves, and its shiny is red with brown and light brown leaves. Okay, I mean, I'm not mad at it. I'll put it at C tier. It's not my fave, but it, you know, it's not the best. But there you have it. That is where I would rank each of the new Gen 9 shinies. But obviously this entire tier list and all of my reactions are solely my opinion, and I would love to know your opinion down below in the comments. So let me know what shiny was your favorite. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you guys.